Hello everyone, this is FantasyEsque and welcome back to The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon Royal Saga with the Salazar Coven. We are picking up on the birthday of our Dravage twins, Lagatha and Meredith. Everybody is in their formal wear. The first time I think we're seeing all the kids dressed up and gathered around the dining table for our celebration. Now, I pondered whether or not we should throw a party, but then I figured, you know what? I feel the castle is pretty full and it is the first birthday that we're having. I would rather it be quiet, but also given the way that the Dravages are being treated recently, I don't know if anyone would go to the effort of actually organizing an event for them. Also, I am just noticing that someone's barefoot. Elaine? Did I not give you shoes, Elaine? I gave your sister shoes and I didn't give Elaine shoes. Oh, you poor child. I'm so sorry. I just realized what I did. Anyways, before we blow out the candles and we see what our Dravage twins look like as teenagers, I want to talk through a few things that we saw in the movie and some things that have happened off camera in the past few days between the Sims that I have noticed and has kind of stuck out to me just a little bit. So first things first, we know that Catherine is a bookworm, Elaine is a genius, and so as a result, their mother, Galaxia, actually wanted the girls to get some tutoring from the scholar, so Yuki was helping to supervise them with their homework and such. And she said that, she saw great potential in these kids. So that was a fun little tidbit at the beginning that I thought would be good to kind of show, because I do kind of see Galaxia being a bit of a mother hen. Maybe not in a bad way, but I can see her really pushing her kids along. I feel like Queen Aphrodite is very hands-off. She kind of lets the princesses do whatever they want. But I feel like Galaxia would be a bit more organized with her children and guide them a little bit better. So we've got that going on. And I definitely feel as though Yuki would be hands-on, given she doesn't have kids of her own. And these are her nieces. So there we go. We had that. And then we saw Sophia. Lady Sophia was doing a stock take of all her potions, and she was kind of marking off the things that the previous alchemist had, some things she's added on her own. And then she kind of had a thought that, wait, the Dravagers are having their birthday pretty soon. Maybe I can set some of these potions aside as gifts to give them during the birthday. So she is the only one, I think, who has actually prepared anything for them. So she's got some potions that she hopes brings a bit of excitement in their life. And then the third part of the movie we saw was a short conversation between Meredith and Lagatha. Meredith was really excited that they would turn into teenagers. They would be getting older, their birthdays would come around, and then they'd be able to use the coffins in the Coven room rather than sleeping in the prison cell upstairs, which really isn't that fun. The beds are really uncomfortable. That's where prisoners are kept. So it's just, as well as demeaning, it's just not comfortable at all. So she's excited about that. But then she was also kind of voicing her inner thoughts and wondering if things would change as they got older. And Lagatha kind of assured her that one day, when they are strong enough, when their abilities surpass the way the vampires feel they look, then they will be able to make their mark in the Coven. And so she's, encouraging her sister that way. And Meredith's very determined to work hard once she becomes a teen and hone her vampiric powers and skills. So, they've got a direction in life right now. They want to prove themselves quite a lot. Now I'm wondering if Elaine not having shoes is a genius tendency of hers, because you know how geniuses can be a little bit odd sometimes with certain behaviors. So that's what we saw in the movie. Now, as for some of the things that have happened off camera with these Sims. So we haven't really seen any interaction, I feel, or at least we haven't seen any interaction in the movies, but no interaction in the episodes, I guess, between the princesses. I feel like we've seen a lot of Guinevere and the Dravagers, not really Eden. And we don't see them interacting too much, even in game when we're playing. But Eden has been very friendly with a lot of the kids. And Guinevere, not so much. And I was wondering, what's going on between them, if Eden has any thoughts on that. And I don't know if she did, but Eden was playing chess over here, and then Guinevere came and sat down, and this was the first time I kind of saw them really interacting with each other. So I was curious, and I stuck around. Guinevere started insulting, she started yelling at Eden, actually. And then Eden started insulting her, and then they both started just arguing and insulting each other. And so they're no longer friends. Their relationship has dropped down quite a bit. And I feel like this is kind of the beginning of a rivalry between them, and that scares me. No, it says they're friends now. I guess they're friends again, but in the time that I was playing with them, they lost their friendship. Their friendship was much higher. They lost it, and I assume they've gotten it back. They've made up, and I feel like that would be because of Guinevere. I reckon Guinevere is the one that's made up. And see, look, she still feels very hurt about Guinevere, because Guinevere is the one that jumped out at her. So she's kind of made peace because it's a sister, but she still feels hurt by that whole situation. And then, after they had their spat, she she became friends with the Dravages, or I think she became friends with the Dravages before they had their spat. So maybe Guinevere is not happy that her sister is kind of breaking societal norm by befriending the impures. I think that's why she might have, like, they had an ideological difference at this young age, and that's why she kind of burst out and started yelling at her sister. So there we go. We had that. And then when they did get into an argument, Eden became friends with Catherine, so she started getting really close to Catherine, and then Guinevere started getting really close to Elaine, so she managed to befriend Elaine at that time. And it seems as though she is getting along well fine with both Catherine and Elaine. It says she's friends with Lagatha, but I feel like she's pretending to be friends with Lagatha. Like, she goes and insults both Meredith and Lagatha, but Lagatha, as you know, the older, the calm one, she doesn't engage nearly as much, whereas Meredith gets really upset and riled up about it. So those are some of the relationships that have happened. Another thing that confused me a little bit, but I noticed, you know how we said that Sophia wanted to be mean to Galaxia because she did not approve of the way the Dravages were kicked out of their chamber in the previous episode? Well, I don't know why, but I think it was Meredith. Meredith has this grudge against Sophia. Like, she's hurt by Sophia, and she has this grudge against Sophia, and I am confused by it because based on Sophia's actions in the previous episode, I thought, if anything, that Sophia is probably standing up for them, right? She's one of the only people in the Coven that's standing up for them, so I have no clue why she has this grudge. And it's not Lagatha, it's just Meredith. Like, what do you have against Sophia? And I'm wondering if the fact that Sophia... Let's take a look. The fact that Sophia has befriended Elaine, maybe, is upsetting Meredith a bit? Maybe Meredith feels as though Sophia's hypocritical. I mean, Elaine is a cousin, so there's no reason she should be upset at anyone trying to be nice to Elaine. I mean, she loves her cousins. The dragons and Dravages have no issues amongst themselves, even though everyone's put them in different kind of pedestals. But I'm wondering if Meredith maybe feels as though Sophia is upset at the way the dragons got their chamber, and she's telling off Lady Galaxia for not controlling her daughters, but then she's going ahead and she's befriending Elaine. Like, that doesn't make sense to Meredith if you're not happy with the way Elaine and her sister have been treated, but then you're going ahead and giving them kind of that preferential treatment by befriending them. And, like, Sophia, I suppose, hasn't made that much of an effort to be nice and actually get to know Meredith and Lagatha. So maybe there's that happening. Things are complex. I don't know. If you guys notice anything that may have escaped my attention, then please let me know. That's kind of where we're at. And with all of that kind of introduction done, I think we can dive into cake cutting, candle blowing for Lagatha and Meredith. I'm excited to see what traits they're going to get next. And I'm really curious to see how their time as children in the castle has influenced the way they're going to develop as teens with the trait they're going to now acquire. So Lagatha is going to go first, of course. I'm excited! She's going to go first, and then I'll get her to add the birthday candles back straight away. Okay, and she is the daughter of Emmanuel Savage and Ciri, well, I was going to say dragon, but Ciri Dravage. So Emmanuel Savage and Ciri Dravage. So there we go. I'm excited. Oh, up. Ooh, she has a pretty face. Where's her trait? Guys, did they change the way traits work? Where's her trait? Do teens not get traits anymore? I'm confused. Where's the trait? This is the first birthday we've had in ages. Like, where is her trait? Do they not get... Oh my goodness, this is irritating. What's going on with that? I swear, have they made some update with the traits that I don't know about because I haven't had a birthday in ages? I don't even think it'd be in lessons because they don't update this crap. Birthdays, aging, yada yada yada. It doesn't tell me anything about traits. Guys, do you know what's going on? This is ridiculous. Traits doesn't tell me. Doesn't tell me. Yeah, it says it's supposed to get traits, but if they've changed something, I'm confused. Do their grades affect something? Because I know they have like terrible grades for some reason. Like Meredith is a D student, Lagatha was an F student somehow. I've been trying to get their homework done, but they actually glitched and disappeared from the castle, and I had to cheat them back into the family, and then their grades were like really low, so I don't know what's going on with that. Okay then, I guess I'll just have to randomize a trait in CAS for them. Oh, that sucks, because I really wanted to talk through their traits. I guess I'll have to do it after their makeover. But we'll get Meredith to blow out the candles then, I suppose. I'm just looking at Lagatha, though. She looks beautiful. Oh my goodness. She looks gorgeous. Guys, she looks so pretty. Where is your sister? Okay. Sister, come here. Come here, we need to take a look at you. We've got such random hair and clothes, but that's okay. We'll fix them, guys. We'll fix them. We'll make them look fabulous. Let's take a look at them. Okay. They look gorgeous. They have such pretty faces, and I love the big eyes they have. Look at them. Look at them. They have such pretty faces. They look gorgeous. And I love like the big eyes on them. They have such pretty big eyes. Okay. I mean, granted, they have the, human eyes. They don't have the beautifully vibrant ringed vampire eyes like these guys do. Look at their eyes. They've got gorgeous eyes. But, the eye shape, they've got bug eyes. I like the bug eyes. Okay, guys. Well, this is so silly. I don't know what change they've made, but I need to get them their second traits, and then I need to give them a makeover, and then we'll be right back to see how they're adjusting to life in the new bodies. Okay, I have been spending some time in Creative Sim and finally finished with the makeovers of Lagatha and Meredith Dravage. I am so excited for our first set of teens this generation because they look flippin' gorgeous. They just look so pretty. Like, my goodness. I mean, they are the impures of this generation. The only impures we have. But they look flippin' amazing. I mean, I was kind of expecting, Ciri's genes to win over because Ciri, I think, has such pretty features. I mean, she's got a very cattish look about her, even without the cat eyes. But I wasn't sure how that was going to mix with Emmanuel, and oh my goodness, I am so happy that match was made because these girls look flippin' beautiful. So on the left we have Lagatha, on the right we have Meredith. Their color schemes respectively black and silver, as you can see. And they just look so nice. So pretty. Now I did not notice this before, but even though they kind of are identical twins, they have minute differences. I did not notice this on them as children. I have noticed it in Catherine and Elaine with the eyes, and I think we have the same thing going with these guys. They have minute differences in their faces, which we might be able to see. Also, I did give them freckles because I thought it would look cute on them. I mean, look at them. Look at this. This is just beauty. Now, I feel as though Lagatha's eyes are a lot more slanted than her sister's. Like, do you guys see what I mean? You can see the difference, right? I feel like Lagatha's eyes are a bit more slanted and squinty, whereas yeah, Meredith doesn't have that. Her eyes are a little bit, I don't know how to describe it, but it's definitely not as like elongated. It's very lovely, not as elongated. And anything else do you guys notice about their faces? I'm not sure if they have like a difference in their face structure as well. I feel like they might. Well, that's kind of interesting. These are things I did not notice before, but I'm noticing now that they're teens. And that is so cool because in the past, we've either had completely identical twins or we've had twins that are completely different, like Galaxia and Saphira. So this is kind of cool, having twins who look almost identical, but almost identical. Not entirely, apparently, we are discovering. And also, their mother was born a dragon, so she has the dragon bloodline tattoo down her entire arm. That's the same tattoo that Saphira and Galaxia have, and the same tattoo that Catherine and Elaine are going to inherit. But because these girls are kind of branching off the dragon line into the Dravage line, they have a different bloodline tattoo on their arms. They have this flower on their inner arm. So there we go. That is them. Now, while we admire these gorgeous, gorgeous Sims, let me talk through the trait that they randomized. So for Lagatha, along with being a loner, she got the creative trait. And I was thinking how that would apply, and I figured, you know what? I can kind of see, Lagatha as the wise one, thinking of creative ways to solve the problems she and her sister face, and coming up with creative ways of existing in the sort of coven that looks down on people like them. So there's that, but then also I kind of see her being creatively inclined as a way to keep calm and to think things through. So that's kind of like a hobby or something that she's developed or honed in herself, because she is a loner and she doesn't spend a lot of time in the company of others, and because, the other vampires kind of shun the Dravages, I feel, just a little bit. I think creativity is a way for her to escape. So there's that with Lagatha. And then with Meredith, she got... Hold on a second. Her trait, the first one... Oh, this is so bad. How am I forgetting what her trait is? This is terrible. I might have to check. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see. Okay. She's proper, and she randomized the trait Art Lover. Now, for Meredith, I feel like the Art Lover trait is kind of her way of seeking answers about her existence by looking into the past and looking at vampiric history. And also we associate art a lot with vampiric history, so I feel like she's an admirer of their culture, but she also has this resolve that she wants to change the way, impures are seen in the future, and she wants to challenge the way they're viewed in history. So those are their traits, and I'm actually very happy with how they've ended up. I feel like that is a good trajectory for them. Now, we're going to take a look at their dark forms. So, thus far, they have lived an existence where their dull eyes, their round ears, that's been an issue for them all the time. And that's one of the reasons I feel why they wear their hair the way that they do, because it covers the rounded ears, which they've, been shunned for in the past, so it hides that. And this is kind of something that mothers back in the day used to do for their children. They used to hide the ears of their children with the hairstyle if the kids had rounded ears. So that's what they're doing here, but in the dark form. So now that they're teens and they have access to this vampiric side of themselves, this vampiric power, they now have another self. They have the dark form. And the dark form doesn't look the same as this, right? So they have a more vampiric, ashen kind of skin. They've got darker hair. The ears are still covered because of the hair, but most importantly, they have vampiric eyes in their dark form. So they have something that they don't in their normal kind of self. So with Lagatha, because she has green eyes in her normal form, in her dark form she has the vampiric green eyes that Ciri has. And then with Meredith, in her dark form, she's got the vampiric light blue eyes that, she would have inherited from her father. Emmanuel had light blue eyes. So the same eyes we see in Aphrodite, the same eyes we see in Catherine, Elaine, Galaxia, that's the eye that Meredith has in her dark form. And I don't know if this is something we're going to see a lot of, but I feel as though these girls, they might actually enjoy being in their dark form a lot more than being in their normal form, because it's almost as though the dark form is the way they were supposed to look, and something they got deprived of. That is, if everything had gone perfectly, that is how they would have been born. I feel like that's kind of their mindset and why they might be quite attached to their dark form. So let's get them to switch here and we'll take a look. Let's see, Lagatha, show dark form. Meredith, show dark form. They look quite beautiful with the vampiric eyes, I have to say. And let us go. Come on, let's get changed, honeys. Let's get changed. There we go. There we go. So let's take a look. And here they are in their dark form. They've got dark brown hair. With Lagatha, she's got a green dress rather than black. And then with Meredith, she has a dark blue dress rather than silver. So, you can kind of see, right? This is, you can't even see that the ears are rounded. But if they had the proper vampiric eyes, this is kind of, I suppose, how they would look. So I feel as though this is something that it's like they've been denied a lot of things and treated unfairly because they're missing just a few things. And one of the most important things is the eyes. They're missing the eyes. And if they had these eyes, they would be on par with every other vampiric child that's growing up in the castle. So you can see the green that Lagatha inherited from Ciri. So in their normal form, it doesn't show, but in their dark form, that genetic comes out. So there we go. And then with Meredith, she's got the light blue eyes that she would have inherited from her father. Again, does not show in her normal form, but it comes out in her dark form. So I don't know if they would have felt this way, but maybe a small part of them growing up would have wondered, what would it be like if I was like the others? And now that they have their dark forms, they have that part of themselves they've always wanted. And so I can see how, as much as possible, they would probably stay in their dark forms. I don't know if that would endear them to the others, but I can see them wanting to stay in this form. So that's what we'll do. It's their birthday, so I feel like we should change them, maybe. Hold on a second. Let me know what you guys think. Do you reckon they would stay in their dark forms quite a lot? We'll change them to their party wear. Actually, everyone's in their formal wear, aren't they? Yeah, everyone's in their formal wear. So we'll change them to their formal wear as well. Let's change. Look at how lovely they look in their formal wear. Look at how pretty they look, again, with the black and the silver. But yes, I can see them wanting to be in their dark forms because this is like their vampiric self. They're perfect as they can be, right? But they look lovely. They look lovely. Oh, if only they had those vampiric eyes, everything would have been perfect. But I am so happy with how they have turned out. Honestly, guys, let me know what you think. Also, who is your favorite twin? Obviously before you wouldn't be able to tell, but now that they're older, I kind of want to enjoy their normal form though, so I think we'll change them to the normal form for now. But then after, like, it's their birthday party, right? So we'll change them to the normal form for now, but I definitely see them quite frequently walking around in their dark form. I mean, they look lovely as they are, you know? But, again, I think they like themselves more when they're connected to the vampiric side. Anyways, out of the two twins, let me know who your favorite twin is. Again, like I said, either because of the color scheme or the minor differences they have in their appearance and, again, the dark forms. But I think my favorite out of the two is Meredith. I like Meredith. I don't know what it is about her face, but like when I'm looking at both of their faces right next to each other, I can't place my finger on it. I don't know if it's the eyes or what, but I feel like Lagatha has a bit more of a severe appearance, whereas Meredith has kind of a softer look to her. So I prefer the softer look, so I think Meredith is my favorite out of the two. And even in her dark form, I actually really love the way the blue eyes look on her. So, there we go. My goodness. My goodness. I feel like this is a great way to end the month, though. Like, this is the last Vampire Amazon episode we have this month. And I feel like it's a great place for us to, like, be able to wrap up to at least see them. And now I'm, like, really excited for all the other kids because the first set was just beautiful. Like, my goodness. And we do have, like I said, whose kids? Mirabella? Yeah, Mirabella's kids. They've aged up into toddlers. And I was going to throw a party so I could invite them, but then I decided against it. Why don't we take a look at them here in the relationship panel, though. So, Xiomara and Serana Coven Rose. They have the dark blue vampiric eyes, as you can see. But this is Xiomara, right over there, and then her sister, Serana. So, they are very cute. They are very adorable. I would like to see them in person sometime. I might get Lady Sophia to make a trip to the Glenbrook Embassy, kind of how we used to do before, whenever we had, like, the kids age up at the embassy. We'd send our alchemist over to, you know, say hello to them and such, and catch up. So, I might do that. But okay, I almost forgot. Sophia, everyone's getting cold. But yeah, Sophia, you had presents for the birthday girls. So let's give the birthday girls presents. We'll start by giving Lagatha one. And actually, yeah. So here's the thing, right? She put aside some potions to give to Lagatha and Meredith. But the thing is also, Sophia, I mean, she has that bit of mean streak, and I feel like maybe excitement for her is a little bit different to what excitement for other people might be. And she is wanting to give a potion of questionable contents to the birthday girls. I mean, if it helps them, it helps them. If it backfires, it backfires. It'll be fun either way, is kind of her perspective. She thinks her good intentions lie in the fact she's giving a gift anyways. So she's going to give them those potions, and then she's going to encourage them to drink it to see what kind of effect it has. And I am completely fine with that. So, okay, stop dancing. You need to give the gifts. Come on, Lady Sophia. Let's get a move on. We need to hand over some gifts. Now, Lagatha she has no problems with, but Meredith, she has a problem with Meredith has a problem with her. So I'm wondering how that's going to go down. Okay, Lagatha was appreciative of the gift, and Meredith probably won't be, but that's okay. We still need to do our part and give the gift, because you are the only one who's prepared anything for them. Now, the other thing that's crossing my mind is that maybe Meredith found out somehow. Maybe she found out that, like, perhaps she got excited at the fact, like, maybe she found out that Sophia had gifts prepared for them, like potions, and she got really excited that there were potions they were going to get, but then she probably overheard. Maybe Sophia was talking, like, you know, just to herself, and Meredith overheard that they were questionable potions, and so she got really hurt and upset by Sophia because she had high hopes. And the only other times the vampires have really messed around with questionable potions is during the Royal... Is it the Royal Tournament? I think so. What is it called? Not that. Where is the... Yeah, the Royal Tournament. The only time they've heard of this is during the Royal Tournament, when the losers would be given questionable potions. Was it the yeah, I think so, as kind of like punishment, right? So that might be why she got a bit upset. She had high hopes and they were dashed, and she, you know, thought Sophia was on their side, but then she kind of got a shock, and it was almost as though Sophia's also playing tricks on them, like she's part of the crowd. She's treating them like the others. So maybe that was it. Okay, anyways, Lagatha is going to be grateful, and she's going to drink this potion, and we'll see what the hell it does to her. Let's see. Birthday gift. Birthday potion. Let's see what this does. Oh, goodness. Obviously, it's not something good. Oh, jeez. She just threw up. Okay. Oh. Like the Dravage got the curse of infectious laughter. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing, right? I mean, if she's constantly laughing, I don't think it's anything bad. Yeah, unless people look at her. I guess she's just really overjoyed, okay? She's just really, really happy. And what about Meredith? Hold on a second. I don't know what's going on. Okay, how about Meredith? Meredith, she is coming up here. She's gonna drink this in private. I think because she's curious, but she doesn't want to give Sophia the satisfaction of having her drink it and seeing her reaction and the effect it has on her. Oh, what's your problem? You threw up too? Oh no. The cause of uncleansable stench. Oh, that's terrible. So now she's gonna like stink at her own birthday party. Oh, jeez. Well, that's gonna make people like you even less. So that was kind of Sophia's birthday present, but like birthday trick on them. So, oh my goodness. Her sister definitely got the better deal. She definitely got the better deal out of that. Yep. Poor Meredith. At least Lagatha's, you know, being beautiful and just laughing like crazy. But then her sister is going to start stinking pretty soon. Okay. Why don't we start assigning these PowerPoints? Start building them up. I swear, sometimes I've noticed this quite a bit recently. I am just muddling my words up like crazy and don't even know why. Maybe it's all the speaking. You know, you speak for a long time and you kind of get befuddled a little bit. So, okay. Oh, ew. Now she's like leaving puddles of sweaty stench everywhere. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness, child. I am so sorry that you are having to go through this. No, really. I am so sorry that you have to go through this. It's ridiculous. I realize that. But she wants to be friendly with Siri. Aww. She wants to see her mother. Nothing of note here. Well, can we invite Siri over? Let's invite Siri over. And I feel like maybe they'd want to invite over their Uncle Myron. Because, you know, Myron also helped... Oh, Siri's sleeping? Really? Well, that's ridiculous. It's fine. We'll get the Queen to summon them. We will get the Queen to summon them. Siri and Myron. And unfortunately, the toddlers we cannot just summon over. But yeah, we'll get them to come so they can participate in... the Dravage party, like the little private Coven party we're going on. Siri can see her daughters, Myron can see his nieces. I mean, even, their uncle treated them like princesses growing up, right? They treated them so well. Even though both Siri and Myron have sharp ears and glowing eyes, they never made Lagatha and Meredith feel anything less for not having those features. And then I think when they moved into the castle, it was a bit of a culture shock. I mean, the adults really didn't... Are you leaving? Please don't leave. Meredith is going to not send you. She's going to call you over if possible. What are you doing outside? Like, go in. Go in. Also, we want to chat with Siri, don't we? Go in, Myron. Stop, being all cold in the freezing snow. Let's chat with our mother if possible. Let's see. Let's ask about her day. And tell her how much we've missed her. Let's go do that. Is Myron inside? Yes, he is. That's good. That's good. But yeah, I feel like things were kind of fine up until the princesses moved in. And then when Princess Guinevere decided she didn't like them, then she started making their lives a bit miserable. And then, she's been really manipulative with, the adults and stuff. And so, all because of Guinevere, really. They've noticed that the adults are treating them differently as well. And, they're being outcasted to the flippin' prison cells. But now that they're teens, they don't have to sleep in the cells anymore. They are not going to sleep in the cells, not for everyone, anymore. And really, those beds should no longer be assigned to them. But that's fine. Unfortunately, you can't just reassign beds. They can now use the Coven room to sleep. I mean, these coffins, I don't think are assigned to anyone. All the vampires can use them, take turns using them, but also they have access to potions now that they're older. So, they're part of something slightly more than they were before. I mean, hopefully that makes them feel less left out. And I'm wondering how seriously they're going to be taking their training. I mean, they both kind of made a declaration to each other that they would train hard as much as possible, whenever possible, so that their skills and their abilities kind of outweighed the way that they looked. But even so, I feel like they would spend a lot of time in their dark forms. For Meredith, for Lagatha, I feel like it's because she's observant, and we've noticed this before in the past. She's observant, and she notices that they're treated better when they look more vampiric. So, as a strategic thing, she does that. But for Meredith, I feel like she would be emotionally attached to her dark form because she wants so desperately to be that way. Well, there we go, guys. There we go. Meredith, have you been chatting with Siri? Yes, she has. Yes, she has. She's so happy. Look at that. I feel like she's really been happy these days, but she saw her mother, and now she's, over the moon. She's actually comfortable in her skin, and that makes me so happy. That's so sweet. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next month in the next episode. Bye-bye.